Thanks for coming to announce this new initiative for the North Charleston Police Department. Bottom line is, for me as the police chief and as my boss, the Mayor Summey of the City of North Charleston, we expect our police department to do two things. One, reduce crime, and two, gain the trust and respect of the community we serve. And David Cheatle came to Mayor Summey and I with an idea that is going to help us to gain some trust and relationships out in our community. And through that, we know that people are going to interact with us more and talk to us more, and as a result, help us in crime reduction. So on behalf of Mayor Summey and the police department, me being the police chief, I'd like to introduce our Deputy Chief David Cheatle, and he's going to tell you about his initiative.
Thank you, Chief. Well, good morning. Thank you for coming out. We're real excited in the Patrol Division with our new initiative. We're calling it Project Free Entry. And we are now going to provide a service to our residents where if they unfortunately lock themselves out of their vehicle, that we are now going to try to attempt to gain entry to that vehicle for them. In the past, I'll kind of tell you a little bit of the history of where this idea was conceived from. At the beginning of this summer, we saw an increase in calls for residents that were locking themselves out of their vehicle. And we just didn't have the officers or the knowledge at that time to have a safe method of unlocking their vehicles. In the past, we've always used what this is called. This is called a Slim Jim, and this is what we've always used in the past. And unfortunately, when you use a Slim Jim, damage can occur inside the door frame, because what happens is you slip this down inside the window where the door frame is, and then you try to manipulate it to where it'll depress a locking mechanism. But what happens a lot of times is when they use this, it actually breaks the bar inside the door and it causes damage. So a lot of officers weren't comfortable with utilizing this device. So, and then on a second fold, we knew there was a need for it. But then on a personal note, my wife and I were traveling up past Columbia towards Greenville for a summer camp, and that our children were going to. We have two boys, and they were going to summer camp, and everyone was all excited in the vehicle, including me. And when we exited the vehicle at the summer camp, of course, everybody's all happy and excited. I unfortunately left my keys in the vehicle, and I locked myself out. And at that point, it really hit home that, you know, this is a service when you're stranded like that, and you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, where we were, it's not a good feeling. We called the local sheriff's office. They didn't provide the service, and at that point, it really hit home that we really needed to do something here at North Charleston to provide a better service to our citizens when they unfortunately do that. So that was kind of the history behind it. Through the chief and mayor, we brought the idea to them, the Patrol Division staff. They were real receptive to our idea. They thought it was going to be a good initiative for us and for our community. At that point, we purchased what's called a Big Easy Kit. There's a retired reserve officer out of Minnesota. I contacted him, and he had this new kit. It's a state-of-the-art kit. It really is a safe method of entry into a vehicle. We tested it, we decided we liked it, and we purchased 18. So from here on out, the City of North Charleston Police Department will provide service. If a resident does lock themselves out of a vehicle, we have 18 officers that are now trained. We have 3 each shift, so we're guaranteed to have officers out there that have this device. We will attempt to unlock a vehicle for our residents. One caveat to this is they will have to sign a release of liability form, but I think with the free service, we won't have any issues with that. Mr. Mayor?
This is indeed a chance and an opportunity to extend the service level that we have, and we think the timing now is excellent for us, because during the Christmas season, so many people shopping in our malls and what have you, is the time that we face this more readily, with people locking their cars, putting their packages in, and so this gives us an opportunity to provide that level of service. It's just another way of trying to be not just a policing agency, but a service agency, and I salute the police department and the chief and Deputy Chief Cheatle and his squad and groups for coming up with this idea. At the end of the day, it's about being a service to the community, and I can tell you, I think this is something that's going to go over real well, and we'd like to come back in 6 months and see how many people we've actually been able to help and the worthwhile of the service that we've been able to do.
is open. Just like that.
Good job. Hey, good Chief.